And good morning, everyone. All about the driver here. Welcome to vlog 26. And this is the one that many of you have been pinging me on Discord about, saying, hey, Gyro, what are you going to race this season? We want to know. So I have my trusty sheet right here. And as per usual, we're using the tiered system approach. But for this specific season, instead of a 4-tier approach, we're going to do a 3-tier approach. There's a very basic reason for that. I start a new job in a week. I don't know fully what the expectations are going to be. I have a rough idea. Additionally, with this GT3 convergence that is going on, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in GT3s. So, therefore, it does not make sense to do a 4-tier approach. We're going to do only a 3-tier approach with the premise of building up our skills both in GT3 and in the prototypes. So, the bottom tier is now the combined fun to do, like to do tier that used to have 2. Now it's all combined in 1. And so on certain off weeks, we'll do a couple of USF 2000 races, a couple SimLab. The IR18 Open is on the radar. The Sprint Series, the Turn Racing Class D Series, the 15-minute sprint for TCRs. But we also have ESS is on the radar. And lastly, F3 Fixed. Yes, F3 Fixed is finally trying to make an appearance. And that is going to depend on what happens in the must-do tier. Now, in the want-to-do tier, that's the middle tier. So if you look at my sheet of paper, I'm going from right to left of importance. There's 2 categories, radicals and LMP2 fixed. Time to be versed in that so that I can be flexible in driving both the LMP2 and the GT3, because that is the car of choice for the roadside, for the big popular series. Remember, GTEs are now only in ESS for your daily races. That's why ESS dropped down the standings, even though the schedule is fantastic. But yeah, there's going to be some more radicals and LMP2 fixed on the calendar. Now, let's talk about the must-do. These are the racing that I am looking forward, as these are must-dos. Now, the hard reality is, with the commitments that I have to my 3 endurance teams, that's Mountain Trout Racing Concern, Turn 7 Racing, and Team Mad, I need to be more versed in GT3s. I know how to set them up pretty good, but now I need to learn how to drive them pretty good. And starting the year at 1549 means when you look at the curve, I'm starting to head to the other side, as in better than 50%. So I need to drive them. I think I'm going to be in Division 5 for this season. If I'm in Division 6, I'll be very surprised, considering I gained 300 iRating over last year's calendar. So that's part of the reason why I'm looking at LMP2 Fixed. LMP2 Fixed has a great schedule, and it parallels the IMSA calendar. There's a lot of parallels to that. Not a true parallel. Knock Hill is not on the LMP2 schedule so far, but most everything else is analogous to what was the original IMSA schedule before it was changed. So, the must-do. Well, let's call the elephant in the room the Mercedes W12 fixed. It's a must-do. And what we're going to do specifically with that is we're going to look at the fixed series. Now, the fixed series, oh, I got a notification as I saw my finger move. It is 75-kilometer fixed set. Every odd 2 hours on the hour, which means here in Nashville, it's every even 2 hours. So it should be the same times as radicals, to give a frame of reference. So I am looking forward to racing W12. Easy car to drive, but hard to master. Someone said that in one of the Discords, and it was like, yep, that's it. That car has really energized a lot of people. It is, I think, going to draw a lot of folks from the F1 Codemaster games in the iRacing. Then they're going to find out about the license progression. And it's like, no, we're not going to give you just the F1 car. You got to go through these progressions to get it. So we'll see if they stay. But yeah, W12 fixed for sure. We're going to have a must-do. Speaking of open wheelers, Thursdays, unless things change, it should be Thursdays, is going to be Indy Pro 2K Day. And we are going to race a full season, as in, I put money in the game and donated to the Strength of Field broadcast that happens on Thursday evenings, because last season, with all the craziness going on with work, personal life, it was bonkers. I didn't get the chance to really properly drive this car, but we're going to do that this season. So, and Mountain Trout Racing Concern Captain Matt, he's looking possibly, and I don't have confirmation yet, he may do this series as well. So that would be a lot of fun. But absolute must do, Indy Pro 2K, we're going to give you some love. Like I said, most underrated open wheeler on the sim. And now that leaves the elephant in the room, GT3. Yep, VRS and IMSA, shocker, right? It is going to be a very heavy GT3 calendar. However, we may not race for championships. Instead, we may just race to be benefit of the car. And the reason for that is, as aforementioned, new job. I have to see how the racing is different in IMSA, because IMSA has the LMP2. VRS is just straight GT3. And deciding what series out of the two I may focus on. Now, as of right now, IMSA starts COTA, Laguna Seca, the new Watkins Glen Boot, and RBR. Solid start of the season. The only drop for sure will be Knock Hill Week 9, but otherwise, I could possibly race 11 of the 12 races in IMSA this season. With VRS, they have Knock Hill Zandvoort 1 and 2, Red Bull Ring 3. That could easily be an SR killer. Red Bull Ring and I don't play very well together. Put it that way. So it may be a slight IMSA bias, but we'll see how it develops. Like I said, new job. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. And one of the other things to keep in mind is your FIA Grade 1 tracks, a lot of them, because of the iRacing Grand Prix Series, the off tracks are now much more stringent. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. In addition, because it is season 1, we have 24 Hours of Daytona. The Roar before the 24 is back. That's in GT4, TCR, and Mazda. And we are in discussions with everyone's favorite Welshman, that's Welsh Boy, in doing a VRS endurance campaign in the BMW. And yes, that is going to be the car of choice. It's going to be the BMW M4. And I did some testing during week 13 before my weekend holiday and found that I like it just a little bit more than the Ferrari. I was going to race the Ferrari and then did some testing and went, no, probably not. I probably want the BMW, the way that my driving style is. And so, yeah, we're going to race the BMW. And that leads to the last point, liveries. I am having some custom liveries made by the lovely Melody Chance. She is working up some liveries for both the Indy Pro campaign, and she's doing 3 for the GT3 campaign right now. So you'll be seeing those throughout the season. But additionally, I've been afforded the great privilege of racing the Team Mad colors for the BMW. And so you're going to see that this week on the Beamer as we go around COTA. We are skipping VRS because it's at Knockhill, and frankly, I think that's a very dumb decision. That schedule went from being very good to significantly diminished with that one change. Because the first part of the calendar, when I read it, I go, soul destruction. A lot of people are going to lose licenses in VRS. It's just that straightforward. And so, yeah, that leads to my final thing, and that is thank you to all of you for your support. And looking forward to streaming. We have crossed over to OBS. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the viewing quality improves from the test runs I've done. I'm hearing the words high def. So I'm looking forward to that, to see if that is still true, because if it is, awesome. Anyways, that is it for now. I'm looking forward to streaming later today. This has been done on Monday, the 13th of December. So it is the season start day. And we're going to get after it. And so I got some practice I need to do and such. Same old, right? It's iRacing. Take care, everyone, and yourselves. God bless.